Hey everyone, Happy New Year. We have Justice and Liberty coming to the nest this morning, and there we go. We're bringing in some hay or straw, it looks like this morning, first thing. And so I believe, I want to say this is Justice, but I may correct myself here in a minute. Once I see the front and the leg, but I do believe this is Justice by the eye and the beaks, from the contour of the eye and the beak. As I've said before, these two are like an old married couple. They start looking like each other. So we are always correcting ourselves, but we try our best to make sure that we get it correct for you guys. So another exciting was the Air Force One this morning, and now we have, actually that looks like Liberty from the V-neck. So that was exciting this morning. We're bringing in grass, which is a good thing. That means we're trying to make the nest bowl as warm and comfy as possible. We're waiting. I love how they watch for each other. It's so funny because they start cringing their necks, and they go to these areas and they go get the sticks and the hay and the straw and whatever, or they go and get what we call breakfast instead of breakfast, or something like that, and they watch for each other, and it's so amazing. And it's funny to try to watch them come in. If they don't come in right behind them, they start getting nervous, and rightly so. With the growing population of bald eagles, the amount of attacks against other bald eagles has grown. Now, that's a territorial thing. That is nature. That is not a bad thing. Please don't take that as a bad thing. It is just part of growing population and how life happens for these magnificent birds. And so, but these two are pretty tough old birds, let me tell you. Liberty, earlier, before camera one was up and running, we saw Liberty we had a raccoon in the nest, and Liberty trying to take that raccoon off the nest. And so, taking on raccoons, gotta be tough. So, oh, here we go. Oh, went under the nest that time. Maybe need another flyby. It is a little windy, as you can tell. The tree is rocking and the feathers are moving. So maybe a little gust of wind, and can get up for Justice, because I do believe this is Liberty now. So I'm going to correct myself. I do believe this is Liberty in the nest right now. Just the way the tail feathers are sitting on the white. Oh, I think I would have left too. Justice brought in a big limb. He's traveling it. Yep, I believe I would have left too, Liberty. So, but yeah, this is Justice, and that's a huge limb. So I don't blame Liberty at all. I would have left too. I wouldn't have gotten hit with that limb. Now, there is I watch a lot of eagle cams, and there's one thing that I have to say is that the male eagles seem to find the most forked limb that they can find. I don't it I don't understand it. It's just kind of a weird thing. But males seem to find limbs that are like wishbones, and it's hilarious to try to see them, put them in places. And so Justice thought he was going to get some help, but that was a pretty big tree limb he brought in. So I don't think he's going to get some help today. Or at least right now. He kind of scared Liberty off with that one. So, with that, some other distinctive features. Justice does have a little bit more black around the eye than Liberty does, as well as the white feathers on the leg. And that's why I wasn't quite sure at the beginning of the video if that was Justice or Liberty. I thought it was Justice, but then as I was looking forward, looking at the chest, I could see the V, and because I really couldn't see that right leg very well. And as you can tell, if you were just tuning in, you can tell, you really can't tell who would be on the rails right now, unless you really knew the difference between these two. And like I said, they mimic one another in lots of ways and mannerisms. So it can be very difficult sometimes to just come in and say, oh, that's Justice or that's Liberty, without maybe doing a rewind on the live feed, which is DVR'd, or just knowing them. And I've been watching, this is my third season. I believe this is my third season, maybe my second or third season with Liberty or Justice. And so I like I said, they're just too similar in so many different ways. But one thing you can tell, you see the perfect V on the white of the tail with the wingtips. And once he starts relaxing, or once he starts wanting to move, those wingtips will spread apart and make a triangle shape. And that is one distinct feature that Liberty can do, but most of the time her wingtips, if she's just sitting there, will go off to the side on the white of the tail. It's not a perfect V like Justice is. And sometimes his will go off to the side. So, you know, we try really hard. And he is definitely looking at something right now. But you see those wingtips opening up and making a triangle or a teardrop looking symbol there. And so if you ever come in and you see just the back of them, look at the wingtips and the tail to see which one it is. And 98% of the time you'll be right if you follow these tips that I give you about that. Like I said, sometimes they like to fool us and will, ooh, that's a great picture right there with the wind blowing against his feathers on his head. So that as we go through and as I get refamiliarized with Liberty and Justice, it always at the beginning of the season, us moderators have to re-familiarize ourselves with our adults, just because we take time off and our memories do kind of fade a little bit. So he is definitely looking at something, probably watching for Liberty, because like I said, they watch for each other. They are each other's backup. They're mated for life. So as long as they're together, they will always be together. And so they watch for each other and make sure that each other stay pretty close together. And you can see now his wingtips. Yeah, he's see how kind of crooked that they're getting right there because he's moving. That's kind of how Liberty's does, but only hers go further up on the white of the tail. There is quite a breeze today, so I can understand how he had a hard time getting that limb up there first off. It looks like he's about to leave. And so I'm probably going to end this video right about here, because I think he's going to leave unless Liberty comes in with something. So, please leave any comments or anything like that at the bottom. As always, have a great day, and be good to one another. And I'm going to end my commentary here, and then if Liberty comes back in, we're going to do the shake. If Liberty does come back in, then I'll come back on. But I'm going to end my commentary here and end the video when Justice leaves the nest. Have a great day.